Hello, everybody, and thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Interviews, where we tell the stories of the people behind the businesses. Today, I'm very excited to be chatting with Grace in Nigeria. Grace, please will you tell us a little bit more about who you are and what business you have and why you started it?
Okay, my name is Grace Adewole. I am a Nigerian and I work from Nigeria. I live in Nigeria. I am married and have three girls, three children. And I presently own a business where I make crafts. I make handcrafted bags, purses, clutches, shoes, and slippers for women and men as well. I also make beaded accessories and bags too. And why I started this craft was because in 2010, I resigned from my job because the distance from work was a bit far from my house and it was affecting my family. So I had to resign, but after resigning, I couldn't get a job. So I had to, while staying at home, one day my husband came across a lady who makes one of those bags with twines. And he was really intrigued. And he called me and told me, wow, did you see, I met a lady that makes bags and with twine. And I was so surprised. I asked to see the lady, and fortunately, the lady also attend the fellowship, the church I attend. So I made arrangements with her to start learning. Before then, I didn't know I liked or I would be talented or gifted or interested in making crafts, because my first degree is in mathematics with computer science. And that was my line of working, and administration. So, after learning, I realized that, it's kept the interest increased. And from there, I moved to making beaded fashion accessories. And that was how I started.
That's such an inspiring story, especially for people who think they are mathematicians who are not crafty at all. It's interesting to learn that you learn something new about yourself.
Yes, it is.
So you hadn't done any crafts before that?
No,
Okay, okay. And what do you enjoy most about making crafts?
about making crafts, probably it's because of my upbringing and training. What interests me most and what inspires me most is, when I check on the internet, I'm someone that likes browsing and doing researches. When I see a new design, I just want to do it. I just want to learn, go look for the video on a tutorial of how to do it. And, most of the designs I make, I don't see them around. You understand? Unless someone wants to learn from me. So most of the design I make are unique. Even if I make something that other people make, I still put a little twitch, to make it a little different and attractive. So what inspires me and helps me is, I believe it's because of my training, my degree in mathematics and computer science. I just want to solve a problem. I just see a design and I must find a way to make it.
I love that story. I love that you're learning skills from other people, but that then you make them
Yes,
uniquely your own afterwards when you start working with them.
yes.
So mostly accessories, bags and purses and things like that. Off you go. So you're mostly making
Yes, yes.
mostly making bags and purses.
I make bags, purses, slippers, yes, and jewelry.
Okay. And who is your ideal customer, Grace?
My ideal customer is any woman who wants to look fashionable and who wants to be unique. Also in Nigeria, we have what we call parties. And during these parties, some souvenirs are shared. Now, I also make these purses, these souvenirs can come in form of just little pencil cases and purses made from beads or twine or fabric as well. So
Okay.
I make that, yes, as well.
Okay, that's wonderful. So there's a culture of gifting at these events.
Yes, yes.
That's wonderful. I'm learning something about Nigerian culture. Thank you so much.
Yes,
And
very good.
how do you reach your customers? Is it all word of mouth, or do you have a presence on the internet? Do you have a website? How do you reach your customers?
Majorly is word of mouth. Then, because I realized that I don't have so much strength in marketing my goods. So that is where I am really lacking and need a lot of help because I mostly focus on making
Mm,
and not marketing.
mm,
So that has really been my setback, is a big setback for me.
mm,
But I'm on Instagram, but I get discouraged because I'm on Facebook as well. When I post things, I don't get buyers. You understand? To continue is a bit challenging and discouraging for me.
mm,
So it's a setback. But mostly my sales are from word of mouth.
mm. I think that's a great reflection. A lot of people think that if they just put information on Facebook and Instagram, that the sales are going to come back, and that's not always the case. So
Yes,
thank you
it
for
is.
sharing that with us. I think
You're
word of
welcome.
mouth is still the strongest way of marketing a small business these days.
Yes, it is.
And how long have you been doing this for, Grace?
Oh, can I remember now? But it should be going to 7 years.
Okay. And
Yes.
what has been your biggest challenge in those 7 years?
My biggest challenge is marketing.
Okay. Okay.
My biggest challenge is marketing. I tried getting on, I think you call it Etsy
Yes.
or Etsy.
Yes.
That's ETSY, where the crafts are sold.com.
Yes.
Yes, but my challenge is setting up an account where payments will be made. Once I got to that stage and I had the challenge with that, I just stopped processing that as well.
Okay. If it makes you feel any better, I also started on Etsy and let it go again because I find the Etsy space is quite competitive. There are a lot of people on there doing very, very well. So to be heard on
Yes,
there at all, you've really got to do something special to get
yes,
noticed because there are
yes,
so
yes.
many people using that platform. Do you
Mm.
export any of your products at all, or do you mostly sell locally to people who live near you?
I try to export to, I have a younger sister in Canada.
Mm.
So I send some beaded accessories and bags to her once in a while. Yes, I export some, but not
Okay,
so much.
okay. And what sort of materials do you work with? Where do you source your materials that you work with?
Yes, I work with twines and bead.
Okay,
So yes, I get the twines from our local market here and the beads as well. We get them from the local market here.
okay. So you have an easy source to access for your raw materials.
Yes, we do have an easy, not, I won't call it cheap, but relatively easy, yes.
Okay. Okay. And where do you see your business in 5 years' time?
I would like to go global. I would like to do more trainings. I would like to pass the knowledge across to as many as possible. And I would like to grow. I would like to go global. I would like to be able to sell more on the internet.
Okay. And when you say training, are you already training people who live near you?
Yes, I train. But
Okay.
most of them look at the trainings as being a little bit pricey, even when you bring down the price. And then most of the youths here, they don't want to work. The work is a bit tasking, except you are interested. Yes,
Okay.
you will find the cost as being expensive. I spent as much as possible, not minding how much I spent because I was really interested in learning it. But
Mm,
most of the people nowadays, they don't want to learn.
mm. I heard a fantastic quote the other day by someone. They said, if you think education is expensive, you should pay the price of ignorance.
That's very true.
Do you find that a lot of people expect to learn for free?
Yes, a
Mm.
lot of people want to learn for free.
Do you think that's a culture that's been kind of encouraged by the fact that there's so much free information on YouTube?
Yes, I think so. I think so. I
Mm,
think so.
mm. And do you feel there's a difference between learning from YouTube and actually learning from a real person?
I think for the type of work I do, it depends on your background. If you don't have a background at all, it will be better to learn face to face from someone else. But
Mm,
if you have a background and a very strong interest, like I did,
mm,
then you going further on YouTube will be okay.
mm, mm. So it depends on your learning style, really, how you would need to learn.
Yes, it depends on your learning style and what stage you are in the knowledge. If you want to go advanced, then
Mm,
you can go to YouTube.
mm, mm. And do you think you'll ever get a job again, or are you now self-employed for the rest of your life?
Uh, I don't know. In Nigeria, it might be a bit difficult because of my age.
Okay.
Yes, I've tried getting a job. I have not been successful, even with my load of knowledge, because I worked from, I think, 1995 to 2010,
Mm,
almost 15 or more years of experience. I have a wealth of knowledge, but most places you go to, they tell you that because of your age or you are overqualified for the job.
mm.
So I guess I'm stuck with this for life.
And you're very brave to employ yourself. I think that anybody who's brave enough to be an entrepreneur has a
Yeah.
great deal of courage. And it's very
Yes, I think it also helps that my husband has a lucrative business.
Mhm,
So most of the running of the house, these fees for the children are on him.
mhm,
So if it had been that he didn't have a good business, then I might be forced to have looked for a job before now.
mhm, mhm. It sounds as though he's very supportive of what you do.
Yes, he is.
Very lucky. That's not always the case.
Yes, yes.
And how do your children feel about you being self-employed? Are they headed the same way?
No, they are not.
Okay.
They are not at all. They are not even interested because my children are all girls.
Mm,
And most times crafts, you tend to look at crafts to be done by females,
mm.
but they are not interested at all.
Okay. Okay. They'd rather have jobs.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. It's much like that here in South Africa also. In South Africa, a lot of the girls really look to marry uh, or have children rather than focus on careers. So,
Yes, yes, yes.
and
I think it's the tradition, the culture in Africa.
mm,
You know, we tend to see the men as doing the work and bringing the money,
mm,
and the women back at home to take care of the children. I think that is why.
mm, mm, mm. Do you see more women becoming self-employed moving forward in the future with unemployment as high as it is in parts of Africa?
Yes, I think so. Although I've noticed a recent trend that, you know, on Facebook and anyway, on social media, you find that most women want to just import things and sell.
Mm,
You understand?
mm,
Import things from other country and sell without being involved in making anything, like making crafts. You understand, and working with their hands. You just want to buy and sell.
mm,
I
mm,
think that's the latest trend on WhatsApp. You see the groups, they are just selling and selling. Nobody's making anything anymore. They
mm,
find it as being stressful.
mm, mm, mm. Well, it can be pretty stressful when you're manufacturing and things start to go wrong. And I think
Yes,
manufacturers also get paid quite a little bit for the kind of time and effort that they put into things that they
yes,
do.
yes,
I know
yes,
in South Africa you can import things from China for a fraction of the cost that you can have them made locally. Uh, and
yes.
and that cost differential definitely drives the culture.
Yes, yes, yes.
So if anybody is looking for you online and would like to buy your products, where can they find you?
I'm on Facebook, although I don't have a page there. Just
Mm-hmm,
look for Grace Adewole on Facebook.
mm-hmm,
Then I'm on Instagram.
mm-hmm.
You look for me at my Instagram handle is Create Crafts, CREA8, number 8, then CRAFTS. That's my handle on Instagram.
Okay.
Then on WhatsApp, it's +234 80 333 01 661. I take that again. +234 80 333 01 661.
Thank you so much for sharing this wonderful window into your world, Grace. And I'm pretty
Thank you.
certain that this video is a positive step in the right direction to finding other ways to market your business online. And I
Thank
really
you.
hope that some of the people who are watching today will go through and find you on Instagram, contact you on WhatsApp, and ask to see your products. I've
Thank
looked
you.
at some of them on Facebook and I think they're fabulous. Uh,
Thank you.
and I hope that this leads to some sales for you. Uh,
Thank
if
you so much.
if there are any entrepreneurs out there who are thinking of going into crafts and starting their own businesses, do you have a couple of parting words for them?
You mean in Nigeria?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I believe in
Okay.
supporting local businesses.
Uh, I would encourage them to keep at it. It might not pay off immediately,
Mm,
but they should keep pressing on. They should not give up at all, because I realized that, you know, I gave up some time ago. I gave up. I stopped advertising on Facebook. It was the first day I advertised again. I posted the pictures of my products all over, that you contacted me to have a video. You asked if anybody was interested, you know, and I've started getting some people requesting that they would like to know how they can get the products, just after advertising, just after one day. So, you don't need to give up. Just keep at it, and surely you get rewarded.
Oh, that's an awesome message. Thank you so much for sharing it with us. I appreciate speaking to you today.
Thank you.